Hey everyone, welcome to the show. Today, we're diving into a topic that I think affects pretty much all of us at some point: procrastination.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure procrastination is like a universal human experience. I'm excited to dig into it. Why do you think we put things off even when we know we shouldn't?
That's the million-dollar question, right? It's not just laziness, even though we sometimes tell ourselves that. A lot of it comes down to fear or discomfort. Big tasks can feel overwhelming, so we avoid starting them to sidestep that stress.
That makes sense. It's like the anticipation of the work is worse than the work itself sometimes. Plus, instant gratification is so tempting. Why work on a long-term project when you can scroll through social media for a quick dopamine hit?
Exactly. Our brains are wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. Procrastination is often just our brains trying to take the easy route. But the problem is, putting things off creates even more stress and anxiety down the line.
It's a vicious cycle, isn't it? We procrastinate to avoid stress, but then we end up feeling even more stressed as deadlines loom closer. So, why is it so important to actually overcome procrastination? What's at stake?
Well, think about it. Procrastination can hold you back from achieving your goals, both big and small. It can affect your career, your relationships, even your personal well-being. When you're constantly putting things off, you're not living up to your full potential.
That's so true. It's not just about getting tasks done, it's about building confidence and momentum. When you consistently tackle challenges head on, you feel more capable and in control of your life.
Precisely. And that's what we want to help people achieve. We will share some practical strategies and psychology-backed tips to help you beat procrastination and start moving toward your goals with confidence.
Awesome. So, where do we start? What's the first step in breaking free from the procrastination trap? Okay, so I'm all ears. What's the first tactic we should try?
All right, let's start with something super simple but surprisingly effective: the 5-minute rule. Have you ever heard of it?
I think so, vaguely. Is that where you tell yourself you only have to work on something for 5 minutes?
That's exactly it. The idea is to lower the barrier to entry. Instead of thinking about the entire daunting task, you just focus on getting started for 5 minutes. It's like tricking your brain into action.
I like that. It sounds way less intimidating than facing a huge project head on. So, how does it work in practice? Let's say I'm dreading writing a report. What do I do?
Tell yourself, okay, I'm just going to open the document and write one paragraph for 5 minutes. That's it. No pressure to finish the whole thing, just a tiny, manageable commitment.
And what happens after the 5 minutes are up? Am I free to quit?
You are, but here's the magic. Often, once you get started, momentum kicks in. You might find yourself wanting to keep going. The hardest part is usually just overcoming that initial inertia.
That makes sense. It's like that saying, a body in motion stays in motion. So, the 5 minute rule is all about getting that initial push.
Precisely. And even if you only work for those 5 minutes, that's still progress. It's better than nothing, and it builds a sense of accomplishment.
Okay, I'm sold on the 5 minute rule. What's another tactic we can use to conquer procrastination?
This one builds on the same principle of breaking things down. It's all about micro steps. Instead of thinking about a task as one big, overwhelming thing, you break it down into the tiniest, most manageable steps possible.
Micro steps, got it. So, kind of like reverse engineering a project into its smallest components.
Exactly. The key is to make each step so small that it feels almost impossible to fail. This eliminates the fear of failure and makes it much easier to get started.
Give me an example. How would I break down, say, cleaning my room into micro steps?
Okay, instead of clean my room, you'd have steps like open the window, make the bed, pick up clothes off the floor, put books on the shelf, and so on. Each step is super specific and takes only a few minutes.
I see, so it's all about making the task less daunting by turning it into a series of tiny, achievable wins.
That's the idea. And as you complete each micro step, you get a little dopamine hit, which motivates you to keep going. Small wins build confidence and momentum.
This sounds really promising. It's like gamifying your to-do list. Plus, it's a great way to make even the most boring tasks feel more manageable. So, we've got the 5-minute rule and micro steps. What's next on our list of procrastination busting techniques? All right, I'm ready for the next tip. What's on deck?
Okay, let's talk about time blocking and goal setting. These two go hand in hand for creating structure and focus.
Time blocking, like scheduling specific times for specific tasks. I've tried that before, but I'm not always great at sticking to it.
It can be tricky, but the Pomodoro technique can really help with that. Are you familiar with it?
I've heard the name, but refresh my memory.
It's simple. You work in focused 25-minute bursts, followed by a short 5-minute break. After 4 Pomodoros, you take a longer break, like 20-30 minutes.
So it's about working in concentrated sprints. What's the benefit of that?
It helps you maintain focus and avoid burnout. Knowing you only have to concentrate for 25 minutes makes the task feel less daunting, and the frequent breaks prevent mental fatigue. Plus, it creates a sense of urgency.
That makes sense. It's like training your brain to focus in short, intense bursts. So, how does goal setting fit into all of this?
Well, time blocking is most effective when you know exactly what you're trying to accomplish during each block. That's where clear, achievable goals come in. Vague goals like be productive are useless.
Totally, I've definitely been guilty of setting those kinds of goals. It's like, where do you even start?
Exactly, instead, you need to be specific. Instead of work on my project, try write 500 words of my project or outline the next section. The more specific, the better.
So, measurable goals that are easy to track, I like that. It's like giving yourself a roadmap for each work session.
Exactly, and make sure your goals are achievable. Don't set yourself up for failure by trying to do too much in one session. It's better to underestimate and exceed your goal than to overestimate and fall short.
Okay, so we've got the Pomodoro technique for focused work sessions and clear, achievable goals to keep us on track. This sounds like a great way to structure my day and make progress on my to-do list. What's the next piece of the puzzle?
Next, we're going to dive into the external factors that can affect your motivation. Your environment, dopamine triggers, and even the way you talk to yourself.
All right, that sounds interesting. How do these external and internal factors play into procrastination?
Well, let's start with the environment. Think about it. Are you trying to work in a place that's full of distractions? Like your phone buzzing, notifications popping up, people walking by.
Guilty as charged, my desk is basically Grand Central Station for distractions.
That's a recipe for procrastination. The first step is to eliminate those distractions. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Close unnecessary tabs on your computer and find a quiet place to work.
Okay, makes sense. A distraction-free zone is key. What about dopamine triggers? I know we touched on that earlier.
Yeah, procrastination often comes from chasing those quick hits of dopamine, like scrolling through social media or snacking. The trick is to replace those with rewarding progress. Celebrate small wins, check off tasks on your to-do list, or share your accomplishments with a friend.
So reward myself for actually doing the work instead of rewarding myself for avoiding it. I like that.
Exactly. And another powerful tool is creating start rituals. These are specific actions you take every time you're about to start working. It could be lighting a candle, playing a focus playlist, or opening your planner.
A start ritual, that sounds a little woo-woo, but I'm intrigued. How does that actually help?
It trains your brain to associate those actions with work mode. It's like a Pavlovian response. When you light the candle, your brain knows it's time to focus.
Okay, I can see how that could work. It's like creating a mental trigger. What if my environment is just constantly distracting, even after I've tried to minimize the noise?
Then change your environment. Move to a different room, sit at a clean desk, or go to a library or coffee